Hey, you guys, so real quick. So I want you guys to know that life does get better. It does get better after you have suffered a while. Like, if you have ever been through the trenches, if you have ever struggled throughout your life, if you ever came from an environment that was hard to even talk about, if you grew up in environments that nobody should ever even have lived in or experienced. If you had to grow up at a young age, if responsibilities were put on you at an early age, I'm here to tell you that life does get better. I grew up in the same types of environments, like environments that, those households that tell you what stays in here. I mean, what goes on in this household stays in this household. Where family members or people around you just accepted life and accepted everything that was thrown at them. Like nobody had no ambition or motivation. Like the walls seemed like it was always closing in. Like you never seen a way out of this. And I'm here to tell you that life does get better. Once again, life does get better. The odds were always against me. I never could thought that I could be standing here today talking to you guys, giving you guys some of my story, not all of my story, but some of my story. Like it was nothing but God. When you could go through the storm like that and you can come out and God still in your heart, God still kept your heart. He didn't allow you to grow cold like those people around you. He didn't allow you to be bitter like those people around you. I'm telling you, life gets better. As long as you keep that mindset, as long as you stay focused, life gets better. You are not a product of your environment. You are better than your environment. You don't have to live like they did, no matter what they're telling you. And you always going to have those people that try to draw you back to that environment. They're always going to be pulling on your heartstrings. They're always going to be trying to tell you that you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. Have you thought about this? And have you thought about that? But when you think about it yourself, when you think about the decisions you're making and you look at their life, and it's like, I want to do better. That's what I was trying to say. When you look at the things that they've been through, why would you want to be held back that way? You have to know that there's got to be something that's working on them. Something that they don't understand, but you understand. You understand that that's the enemy, that those are familiar spirits, that those are strongholds, those are generational curses. And you are the generational curse breaker of your family. That is not your story. And I know you love your family. I know that you want to be there for them. And I know what they say to you matters. But you and I know the bigger picture. You have to heal to get better for them. But life does get better. Life will get better. Because God got you. God did not bring you through the storm for him to leave you. He didn't bring you through everything that you've been through to drop you off and to say, I'm done with you. I don't care about the bad mistakes you made. I don't care about the bad choices. I don't care about the bad relationships. God still kept your mind. You still got right back up and kept fighting. That was God. Because he's using you. You are an example of what it looks like. You're going to help millions of people. People will know your story. People will survive because of your story. People will get up and begin to start fighting again because of your story. You have to become bigger than the people around you. And it's not to say that you're better than them, but you want better for yourself. And you want better for them. They're not going to understand it. That's why you're misunderstood by them. That's why they don't understand your moves. They don't understand why you move like that, why you think like that, why you think that you can get out of that. Because they're stuck. But it's your job to get them unstuck. It's your job to be a light in darkness. It's your job to endure the sufferings just like Christ did. It's your job to get in your word. It's your job to save them. God wants you to save them. This is why he brought you through the fire. This is why no matter what decisions you made, I don't care if you ended up on drugs throughout your life, you still got back up and kept fighting. You still kept your mind. That was all God. And life gets better. And the enemy's going to keep trying to fight you. The more you hold on, the more you're in the ring fighting, the more you take one step forward with Christ, the more the enemy's going to try to bring you back down. He's going to keep pulling on you. Because he knows the rewards at the end. He knows that you are God's secret weapon. He knows that you're going to be bringing people with you when you heal and survive this thing. But I'm telling you, the closer you get, the more you walk with Christ, the harder it's going to get. I hope you guys been reading Corinthians, First Corinthians and 2 Corinthians. Paul tells it all. Look what Paul was going through. Look what he had to suffer and endure. This is what happens when you walk with Christ. It gets worse before it gets better. And even when you think you out, it's just the beginning. You're going to keep fighting. And I know that you fought your whole life. I know that you fought your whole life. I can attest to that. But when you start walking with Christ, you're going to have to keep on fighting. You're going to have to use some of the things that you had to endure in the past, because you're going to need some of it along with God's word to keep fighting when people come up against you, when family come up against you, when you lose jobs, when you lose friends, when you are separated. You're going to need everything. It's going to be times that you want to give up. It's going to be times that you stumble, you fall. I can't tell y'all how many times I stumbled and I fell. And I backslid so many times. The enemy was throwing everything that you can imagine at me. He was on his best games. I mean, things that was just unbelievable. That you would think to yourself, this is impossible. How? But because you went through the storm, because of how you were raised, you was able to fight. You was able to hold on to some of that. And that got you through this. And it will get you through that. Because if you came out of a rough life or you had to struggle, and I'm not talking about just struggle here and there. I'm talking about a fight that you had to fight every day of your life, that it was never no good days. Maybe once out of a year, but every day you was fighting, every day you was struggling, every day you was coming up against something. I'm talking about that type of fight, that life fight. I ain't talking about something that just happens and then everything goes back to normal. No. My life and some of you guys' life, we had to fight every day. We struggled every day. And even as we got older, we struggled. It was like the enemy just kept on fighting us. And it was like people were looking at us like, you always got something going on. You always going through something. That's me. When are you ever going to get out of your situations? I can't deal with you no more. And then you start thinking to yourself, did I do something wrong? And then sometimes it'd be hard to explain what happened because you don't even know what happened. And sometimes there'd be repeated cycles happening over and over and over. And it's like, when am I ever going to get a break? It's because you major. You major in the spiritual world. You are big time. God got something big for you. Why? Because you one of his toughest soldiers. You one of his toughest soldiers. And don't let nobody ever tell you you not. This ain't over. But you got to keep on fighting. I'm telling you, you got to keep on fighting. It's going to be hard. It's going to be rough. It's hard for me to keep on fighting every day. When I'm constantly losing. When I'm constantly failing. When I'm doing everything in my power to be sane. And the enemy keeps on fighting me. And God just keeps on. God is right there with me. That's what keeps me holding on. And people just do not understand. They don't even understand your heart posture. I know you a good person. I know you a good person. It's definitely all in you. You like to give to people, don't you? I love to give to people. I love to give to people when I don't have it. When I don't have it, I love to give to people. Because why? Because I know some of the people that are around me, they don't have the faith like I got. They can't trust like I do. So when they're in a situation, I want to see them get out, regardless if they know what's going on with me or not. I want to see them I want to see them get out. And I know that's you. I know that's you. And you may have been in situations where people use your kindness for weakness, where people run over on top of you. They run all over you. Why? Because some people see you as weak for real, but you know you're not weak. You know if we have to tear the walls down, we will, but we not like that. So people look at you like you weak, like it's something wrong with you. Why you keep doing for people that won't do for you? But that's not you. I'm trying to tell you, that's God. That's God in you. He's using that too. And the more you live this life, you will overcome that part. What I'm trying to say is it'll get better for you. It'll get better. Where you will see certain people coming before they come. But it's still, don't stop giving to people. Don't stop helping people. No matter what people say. No matter how they're looking at you. Don't stop giving to people. God is watching you. Now, I'm not saying to hurt yourself completely and deplete yourself, but don't stop helping people. Just know, and you and I both know, we have a certain type of faith. We have a certain type of trust. Our belief system is not set up like this world that we live in. You're different for a reason. People called you weird for a reason. You were separated for a reason. God never let people get close to you for a reason. And your friend circle is not like everybody else's. God never let people get close to you. That's why you feel so alone all the time. Because it seems like when people did get close to you, something always happened. Or you end up just being by yourself. But that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Because some people got so many friends and so many and so many friends that, you know, it's hard for them to think on their own. It's hard for them to make decisions by themselves. It's hard for God to even get them alone because every time they go through something, they calling these people instead of calling on God. But you and I know who we call on, who we talk to. And some people like that, it's hard for them to let go of all them friends that they have accumulated over the years and over their life. But you and I know, now that we know, you know, because some of us used to be like, why we don't got friends like that? Why nobody don't like us? Why we can't never keep this or keep that? Because God is using you. God knows what he has for you. He knows the plans that he has for your life. And the more you get in his word, the more you understand. The more I got in God's word, y'all, the more I started to understand my life. The more I started to understand my life. And I started to understand what was happening. You know, I started to understand these things. So I'm just telling you guys, like, it gets better. Life gets better. You don't have to keep, you don't have to fight alone. You're not by yourself. But again, stay in your word. Keep that belief system. Keep calling out to God. And just know that it's a plan that he has for your life bigger than you. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard. You're going to be his example. You're going to be the one. Hear what I'm saying when I said, I am that person. I always had a fight and I'm still fighting right now. I'm still fighting. I'm still in situations where I'm constantly losing, where I'm constantly being stripped from things. God is refining you. And sometimes I don't even understand it. And it's got to the point where it's like, I'm tired of even trying to explain to people at this point. I stopped explaining. I stopped talking. It's just me and God right now. Like, I literally have no friends. I have nobody in my corner. I'm on this journey alone. I'm literally on this journey alone. My family don't believe like I believe. They think something is wrong. They don't even see the changes in me. They don't want to believe that I changed. I know I changed. I know I don't look at life the same way. But the crazy part is sometimes you have to God will separate you because some people approach you and deal with you as if you're that same person, as if you're still like them. And I'm not saying you're better than them. You're not better than them. Because God don't show no favoritism. So don't ever think that you're better than someone. You're just trying to be better for someone, to help someone. That should be your mindset. to heal, to help others. But I'm here to tell you tonight to keep going, to keep walking in purpose. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like for people to misjudge you, mishandle you, don't appreciate you, constantly use and abuse you, walk all over you. And I'm not saying you're perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. And I done made some bad decisions. And I done made people stumble, people fall. So I'm not perfect. But also at the same time, like I said, people still do not understand who you are. Because, you know, in this world, a lot of people don't take the time out to understand why you are the way you are. Some people don't have the patience for that. So they'll constantly throw it in your face and tell you, I need this. I want you to be this way or that way, but never showing you, never walking through the fire with you. They just expect for you to heal instantly. Just like that. Or they get tired and they have no patience for you. But we, as the chosen ones, as the ones God's going to use to help others in life, we know how to hold on. We know how to be patient with people. And that's another problem that, you know, we had to get over as we started walking with God, because we will hold on to people and don't know how to let go. Because we want to see you do good. We want to see you heal. We want to see you get better. So we're constantly building you. And we know that people go through things, and that doesn't make you who you are. Your mistakes, your failures do not make you who you are. That helps to become who you are. And it can help you in ways, but that doesn't make you who you are. That is not the end of your story. Those things helped you to become better, to help you make better decisions and better choices. We're all going to fumble. We're all going to stumble before we actually get on top. We're all going to fall before we actually come up. You can't be looking at people when they're in their lowest places. You can't be judging people when they're in their low spots in life. Those are the times they need you the most. Those are the times that you need to be encouraging people. Those are the times that you need to be walking with people. Be a shoulder for them to cry on. Most times people don't even know what I be going through, because I keep a smile on my face and I don't look like what I've been through. And sometimes I hold things in because I'm trying to show up for you. I'm trying to be that person for you, because I care more about you than myself. That's God. And I ain't just saying this for YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. This is me in person, in real life. I'm generally a good person. Now, it's a lot of things I had to learn. And it's a lot of things that God is teaching me about who I am and who I'm becoming. And it's only just getting better, because I know I'm meant here to help the brokenhearted, to help the people that went through what I went through, and we're still going through it. I grew up around addictions. I was left alone to defend for myself at 5 years old. 5 years old. Doing what I wanted to do. Being around nothing but drugs. Going to school when I wanted to go to school. just to get out of one situation and jump into another. Or then it's verbal abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. And that's all throughout life, to the point where my self-esteem was so low that then I start not saying anything. I felt beneath people. I didn't believe in myself. It killed every self-esteem, everything that I had in my body. It killed it. It kept dying. And I turned to drugs. And that was my comfort zone. That's what eased the pain. That was my emotional support, drugs. The same thing my family went through, I went through the same thing. And it only got worse. And people thought I was swimming, but I was sinking. I was drowning. Until God came into my life. Till God was a lamp onto my feet, a light in my path. Till he made my crooked path straight. And he's still refining me, because when you go through life like I went through life, and you've been programmed the way I've been programmed, it's a lot he got to get about you. It's some things that's going to take time with people like me and you, that it's not going to take with other people, because of the life and the mental and emotional abuse. And the verbal abuse. Nobody ever taking accountability growing up with that type of thing. Nobody ever telling you that they love you. Nobody ever telling you that you can do something with yourself in life. No, everybody tearing you down. Everybody telling you ain't gonna be nothing. That was my story. And as I got older, I was still living around that type of thing. And and it became normal for me. It became normal for me. And some of my family members still think that's normal, to tear each other down with words. Instead of reaching out and giving someone a hug or telling them they love you, no. Their way of telling you that they love you is by cursing you out. Is by tearing your character down. Now everybody just deals with each other. Why? You know their famous word, you know what they say? We family. That's just how family is. They think it's okay. They don't see that it's not normal. They think it's normal. And I thought it was normal for a long time. Because it's my family. So why not deal with that? Why not just get over it? Things will get better. But no, it destroys your character. It destroys you as a person. And that's what it did for me. It never built me up. And it's sad to know that I still have family members who think that's okay, that is okay. But I'm here to tell you again that life gets better after the storm. Life gets better. We got to hold on. We got to keep fighting. No matter what it looks like. I've been fighting my whole life. I'm now 36 years old and I'm still fighting. because I have faith in God and I know what the word of God tells me. And some of us, yes, it takes us longer to get to a certain point in our lives. So I may be 36, but it's a lot of things that I did not learn. It's a lot of things that I did not know because of my environment, because of how I grew up. God allowed these things for his purpose. His timing is perfect. So now I'm able to walk with him. My life is beginning to get better. I'm beginning to love myself. I'm beginning to know that I am worth something, that I am worthy, that I have purpose. That my life, that what I went through is not who I am. That I don't hold on to what people tell me and what people say that I am. People pointing a finger at me doesn't hurt anymore. What people say doesn't hurt anymore. Only thing that matters now is my Father. And that's what matters to me. I've been in survival mode my whole life. I don't know anything outside of survival mode. When God found me, when I started aligning with his purpose, then I was able to get some relief. Then I was able to get answers. Then he was able to give me language to what I've been through. And because of him, he has delivered me from a lot of things. He delivered me from my mindset. We're still healing though, but he delivered me from my mindset, my way of thinking. He delivered me from drugs. He delivered me from being a lesbian. I dressed like a dude and everything my whole life. I dated women my whole life. That was me. But look at me now. I feel beautiful. I look beautiful. And God has did some amazing things, and I will never turn back to that life ever again. I love who I am. And he delivered me from those things. From those things that I thought that I was. I thought that was me. But it wasn't me. But I could stand here today and help people that's going through maybe what I went through. Of thinking that was who I was, but it wasn't. He literally took that desire out of me. And I'm not knocking anybody else who's actually still going through that stage in life. Like I'm not knocking any homosexuals or any gay people. I'm not knocking any of you guys. I just know what the Father did for me. I know what he called me out of. And I would never look down on you. That's not even in my system. I'll never stereotype you. We're all on a journey. God will get you whenever he wants to get you. So I'm not knocking you guys for anything. Please don't put that in my mouth. Please don't think that I'm one of them ones that think I'm better than someone or trying to point the finger at you or trying to call you up out of that or anything like that. No. I'm still around those types of people. You know, so I can never look down on you. I'm here to help. I'm here to encourage. I'm here to tell you that God is real. I'm here to tell you that God can heal you from anything. And the type of life that I had, the people I grew up around, the things that I did in my life, he can heal anybody. If he can do that for me, he can do that for you. So hold on to the things that God has been doing for you in your life. He has been making changes in your life. Hold on to the small things, because the more you take small steps, that's bigger steps to him. Your small steps is big steps to him. He said to have faith as small as a mustard seed. So hear me when I tell you, those little steps that we may not see that's big, is big to him. Because he knows your heart. He know how hard it was for you to make that little small step. He know it wasn't easy for you. He know how hard it was for you to put down that blunt, to stop sniffing that coke. He know how hard it was for you to get out of that relationship, for you to not do the things that you desire the most. He know how hard it was for you. So don't look at it like a small thing. It's a big thing to him. And he fighting for you. He fighting for you and me. If I can do it, you guys can do it. So let's continue to walk this thing out called life. Let's continue to stay on this journey with God. Let's continue to drown out any distractions, to drown out the people that's not there for us. The people let's take that back. Drown out the people that's not on the same walk as you. You have to heal first in order to help them. So whatever you got to do to stay focused, you're going to have to do that with God's help. Because some people he might want to keep around you to help you in whatever type of way. But seek him for answers. But make sure if people are around you that's making you fumble, making you fall, or you're fragile, or you know, when you around that, you feel that in you. Because I know for me, when I'm around certain people, I feel that spirit, that familiar spirit. And it makes me want to think about my old ways, my old habits. It makes me want to go back to certain things. Even when I go back to certain, like my hometown or something like that, those demons start to hit me. Where it's like, do this. I want you to get involved with this or that. So you will feel that inside of you. And when you do, you got to stay away. You have to stay away until you heal. Till God gives you the green light. Because maybe you're not ready. And then for the people that's not ready for that, you can fall. Because I have failed a lot of times that way. Now, it doesn't bother me now. But I still do not put myself in predicaments where I could possibly fall. Or where those demons or those familiar spirits, you know, trying to attach themselves to me. Because that's what they'll do. Keep trying to attach themselves to you as soon as you come around. They trying to pull you back to that person that you was. But you got to keep fighting. It's so many things that you're going to have to keep fighting. But just remember that the sun does shine afterwards. Just remember that the sun does come back out. It's not always down for forever. Your life is not going to always look this way. You're not going to always have stories of what happened to you. You're not going to always have these stories. God going to make a way for you. God got a plan for you. For I know the plans that I have for you. And that's to give you life. And for you to have life more abundantly. That's what the word says. Hold on to God's promises and believe it in your heart. And remember that sometimes the enemy is going to try to come snatch that word out of you. Soon as you read something, sometimes there goes a phone call right afterwards. There goes your friend telling you this or that. That's how he also steals things. And try to destroy you. Try to keep you forgetting what you just read. You gotta be a sniper. You gotta be aware of these things. And I'm here to tell you what to be aware of when I can. Because I already lived it. I already been through it. I already know what it looks like. And I'm still going, I'm still in the fire. I'm still in the storm. I'm still in the jungle. I'm still in the wilderness. I'm still pushing. So you guys, again, before I leave you guys, keep fighting, keep pushing, keep being a light in darkness. Don't let these people pull you down. Don't let them tell you God ain't real. Don't let them distract you. Stay focused. Stay motivated. Stay in your word. Stay calling out to God. Don't call on your friends. Don't call on your family. Don't call on your best friend. Call on to God, because when the world ends, you only have you to answer for. Nobody can talk to God on your behalf but you. You came in this world alone and you going out alone. Seek him while he can be found. That's what the word says. Seek him while he can be found. And hear me. When I say what I say, it's not a lie. I live this. This has not always been me. God healed me. God delivered me from who I was. Y'all, I was a straight up lesbian, which y'all call studs. That's who I was. For 30 some years of my life, I've always dated women. I never have dated a man a day in my life. Never thought about it. I was living in survivor mode. I hid behind who I thought I was. Why? Because that was me protecting myself. That's what kept me going. I was caught up in drugs. Y'all, I was sniffing cocaine, smoking weed, drinking every day, at my jobs, drowning. I was behind the wheel, driving, sniffing coke. My life was a living hell. I never even thought I could be this person or talking to y'all the way I'm talking to y'all now as a healed individual. In the making, because we still healing over here. I don't have no desires for those things anymore. And in the midst of me doing all those things, I was still encouraging. I still had a heart. It's just even better now. But y'all, I was literally walking down the road of destruction. And at one point in time, I didn't care about life. Obviously, I didn't care. I didn't take nothing serious. I actually wanted something to happen. I was drowning so much that people couldn't even see it. They couldn't even see it. Some days I didn't even go to sleep. I was up 24 hours just sniffing coke, smoking weed. It was times I felt like my heart was about to stop, and I kept on doing it. That didn't stop me. Times that I'm driving a car while I'm high out my mind, drunk as I don't know what. Being around people I shouldn't have been around, and something could have happened to me just by being in certain environments and around certain people. I lived life on the edge every day. But look at me now, you guys. I don't even look like what I've been through. Y'all probably don't even really believe what I'm saying. But I ain't getting up here lying for nothing. And I'm not getting up here telling you nothing that I ain't went through. Experiences are the best. And I want to see you guys to get through whatever you're going through. If nobody don't care, I care. I know what it's like. You can reach out, you can contact me. I know what it's like. I'm here for you. And I ain't just on YouTube just saying it. I'm here for you. I don't mind talking to you. I don't mind helping you get through your day. And matter of fact, I'm going to make sure I put my email on here for you guys to reach out if you need to reach out. If it's anything that you want to talk about. But I'm telling you, I live my life on the edge every single day. All the way up till I was in my 30s. I'm 36 right now. And I live my life that way. Partying, doing drugs. And that was who I was. Along with the mental abuse, the emotional abuse, the verbal abuse, the family members. Like, I don't even know how I got through half of the stuff I got through. That's why I say it's nothing but God. I could have never got through this by myself, alone. I could have never healed and be on here talking to y'all if it wasn't for God. If it wasn't for God, I could have never be on here right now talking to you guys. It was all Him. He got me through this, and He's still getting me through. And like I said, I'm here to help you guys. And this is just a conversation that I'm having. Like, it's so much more that will be happening in my life, that's going on in my life. But right now, I just felt led to talk about this with you guys. And I did write a book. So I will have a story coming to you guys real soon. So you guys really know the in-depth of it. How bad it really was. For me to sit here and smile like I am right now. And for me to have hope for life like I do. Hope for my future. But anyway, I want you guys to have an awesome day or night. And remember to trust God, not your circumstances, not your situations, not what it looks like, or none of that. Don't trust none of that. The world is a lie. It's a big lie. It's a big deception. And remember, the devil is crafty. He's very crafty. And all of his roads leads to destruction, stress, depression, exhaustion. But the road to God leads to life, leads to happiness, joy, peace, understanding, wisdom, clarity. Know the difference. Get in your word. But anyway, you guys have an awesome day or tonight. And we will be talking again real soon. I should have just went live, but I didn't. But that's okay. This word will hit whoever it needs to hit. And it'll be there for whoever wants to hear it. But this is what real life looks like. So, again, you guys have an awesome day. See ya.